Hey, good kind people. What is going on? Covering the latest in wrestling, entertainment, and beyond since 2011. You, my pretty babies, are checking out an all-new The RCWR Show. We are covering that good old, wow, Women of Wrestling Fallout for the weekend of October 22nd, 2022. I do apologize for you guys that are going to be checking this out a day or two later than usual, because the pattern that we've been following when WOW airs in syndication on Saturdays. And if honestly I could have it my way, I would have these be available to you guys first thing early Saturday afternoon, because here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, we have it air on the CW50 early in the afternoon. But sadly, as many of you guys know that's been checking out the shows, I don't have access to the CW through my respected television provider, as I'm pushing YouTube TV. And anybody that pushes YouTube TV knows, sadly, CW just not an option just yet. So here's the thing, and this isn't long-winded, and if you can hear it in my throat, I'm trying to do my best to knock it out while it's early, but I am fighting a cold. I do have a little bit of congestion that's going on, throat irritation, nasal drip. So I'm hoping I can bang this out as quick as possible. Trust me, I'm definitely going to be getting as much rest as possible. So this is going to be for sure one of our most condensed, straight to the point, WOW Women of Wrestling recap reaction edition episodes we've put out to date. I promise you guys. So apologies, but I will definitely, as I get better, we'll have the usual length for you guys that you all have come to know and love. But then again, some of you guys may like that we're getting ready to be in and out on this one. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, I was ready to check out WOW Saturday night, because the alternatives that I've been going with has been by checking out the CW Channel 57 Philly affiliate station. Philly affiliate station. Try saying that 10 times fast. And this was the first Saturday night, because it airs Saturday nights at 11 p.m. And this was the first one where the third-party software that I'm usually accessing to watch it, they had it on a completely different channel. They had it on WPIX 11. And if you guys know anything about that channel, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to watch any WOW Women of Wrestling shows on there. So I actually had to go through a alternative. Stick around, because I know for a lot of you guys, you all want to know how can you check out the shows in its entirety in real time, as some of you guys don't want to wait until it's uploaded to the YouTube channel. A lot of you guys want to be able to access it as soon as humanly possible. So stick around for later on in the show. I'll give you guys a tip on how you can do that, and even set it up in a way where if you're not going to be around, you'll have at least DVR capabilities, remote DVR capabilities. So stick around for that one. It's a nice huge tip that I'll be giving you guys in a hot little bit. I hope you all have been fantastic. Y'all been good. If you didn't check out my experience on meeting WWE Hall of Famer, Pro Wrestler Hall of Famer Bret Hitman Hart, as he was down at Virginia's Squared Circle Collectibles for a meet and greet event, I actually did a new episode of Wrestling with the Topics with Tams from over the weekend. The webcast version of that is available right now. I'll be having the audio version of it be available for you guys to check out sometime Monday, way before all the great wrestling stuff happens that evening. But this week's Wow Women of Wrestling, this weekend's Wow Women of Wrestling, solid ass episode. I believe this was episode 6, and my God, we had beasts going head to head with Reina Del Ray and Tormenta in the main event match for the Wow Women's Championship in a triple threat match where the greatest lawyer in the world, Miss Sophia Lopez, was banned from ringside to ensure that no shenanigans was going to be going down. Meanwhile, Adriana Gambino and Gigi Gianna had teamed up, and Gianni, I don't know why I keep saying the other way, it's Gianni. Adriana Gambino and Gigi Gianni teamed up to take on Foxy Fierce and Chantilly Chella, while Princess Aussie and Tiki Chamararo had squared off against the team of Jesse Jones and a mystery partner. We had all of that going down on this week's Wild Women of Wrestling. And also, as far as big news for Wild Women of Wrestling, one thing, we found out the latest round of ratings for episode 3 and 4. 5 and 6 not available just yet. Hopefully, we'll have that information, if not before our next WoW, definitely by our next WoW recap reaction edition for you guys. But we also got some big breaking news of injury, as some of you guys will be reading the title of this episode. Some of you guys may be checking out the synopsis for the episode, and Beast was apparently injured. So a lot of stuff to unpack here on this episode for you guys. So kicking things off was a tag team elimination tournament match where Gigi Gianni and Adriano Gambino teamed up to take on Foxy Fierce and Chantilly Chella. This was a great opener, honestly, and I am really loving the in-ring work of Adriana Gambino. Seriously, this girl, oh my God, her versatility was on full display in this tag team match on this week's WoW. Talk about as far as athleticism goes. I already mentioned versatility. How about flexibility? Girl had some serious freaking flexibility, agility, everything that was going on. Everything packaged with this great gimmick that she has going on, where she's essentially a female crime boss, if you will. And look, when you rewind it back to several episodes ago, as far as our post shows, I said to you guys, yo, I'm picturing somewhere down the pipeline, Gigi Gianni and Gambino, they would be one interesting tag team, would they not? I mean, it just freaking writes itself. How can you not go a season without these two girls crossing paths and joining forces? It's just freaking badass, right? And so here we are. I got my wish. Shout out if you guys remember me saying that. But here I am. I'm getting my wish right here. And then, of course, we got DC's own Foxy Fierce teaming up with Chantilly Chella. This was a solid, great opener. Great effort by all the girls. As you all know, I am a huge fan of Foxy Fierce, especially since she's from the DC area. So to be able to see her back in action on this week's episode definitely put a big old smile on my face. But my biggest takeaway from this was really the work of Adriana Gambino. She's really coming along. I definitely feel she can truly be one of the main antagonists for WoW. If she so continues to be involved with David McLean, AJ Mendez, and the rest of the team, if she continues to work with them, and I think she could definitely be a future Impact player. She's got everything down, man. I mean, so poised, so smooth. Just, it's like butter, just butter, man, the way she was operating in this tag match. I love now I will tell you this, everybody definitely was carrying their weight. If you all want me to maybe single out a particular individual where I'm looking and going, verdict still feels like it's out on this individual. Haven't quite seen enough of them just yet. But then at the same time, feeling conflicted in a way where I think they need a little bit more work. And this isn't anything personal. As I always like to tell you guys, when it comes to this show, and our creed model has been since 2011, keeping it honest, keeping it insightful, and keeping it interactive. For me personally, I would have to really home in on Gigi Gianni. She definitely comes off as the one that is still trying to get the bearings down, still trying to get just really the essential basic stuff down as far as basic move set. Suplex, the overhead belly suplex, fall away slam, basic stuff like that, the stomping and all that. It's still very jagged. It still comes off pretty. Yeah, you're coming along. She still needs a little bit more seasoning. She definitely still needs a little bit more work, but I think that with the right team that's in place there at WoW, I do feel pretty confident that she'll get there in due time. But so far as appearances she's made on WoW, I would have to say that she's the one that I need to see a little bit more of her. It's coming along. It's coming along, but still comes off very green, to my point. Still comes off very green, and I'm not knocking, all right? I don't want anybody to take it that way. Not knocking, just stating an observation. And look, when it's all said and done, I could be totally wrong with that assessment. Some of you guys may feel, nah, Lee, she's actually pretty damn on point. Some of you guys, and you're entitled to that. I definitely love hearing from you guys. You all tell me. You all sound off. I do read some of the comments that come in from you guys and everything. Team of Gambino and Gianni picking up the win. Saw a really good backbreaker and belly to belly combo by Gambino and Gianni to end this one. Good stuff right there. Here's another thing that I had enjoyed about this match too. I liked how we mixed it up with a WoW veteran in Cella, but then at the same time mixing it up with these new heroes, right? So that was a nice little touch that they did there. We got a nice video package of Glitch the Gamer. And, when I first am hearing about this girl, I'm going, she does kind of look familiar. Where do I know this girl potentially from? And then as part of the package they were presenting, David McClain was doing the narration and letting us know that this is a Twitch award winner. And we start hearing about all these awards that she had won, and that apparently in another life, she had won, or rather, she was a reporter, I think, for, God, I'm trying to think. I don't know if it was for Game Informer or what, but apparently she was a game reporter, and you're going, wait a minute, say what? I'm looking at her, it doesn't quite ring a bell, And then finally, I do my research on this girl in preparation of being able to talk about her here on the show with you guys tonight. And turns out her name or rather another name that she is known under is Vert Vixen. And I'm going, yeah. I'm like, but where do I know her from? So I actually had to rewind it back. And I remember watching her on a couple of AEW dark shows going back to 2021. Shout out to you guys if you remember her from those, because in some of those appearances, she had a match with Layla Hirsch. She also did some stuff with my girl Ivelisse Velez. She has worked for promotions such as Circle 6, Double AW, basically AAW. See, who else did she work with? She did ROW. She also worked with RWA, just to name a few promotions. She's been active as a wrestler now about 3 going on 4 years from what I was able to find as far as research goes. She wrestled the likes of Tay Conti, Sierra, just to name a few, Jasmine Allure, just to name a few. So she has been coming along, to my point. She has been coming along. If you recognize the face, but you can't quite, now that I've put some of that information out there, it should definitely be clearing the air in your head a little bit. Yeah. I thought she looked familiar. Yeah. So we got a nice video package on her explaining more about her and everything as she was in action up next. That brought us to our second match, which was Glitch the Gamer taking on Randy RAW. And right before Randy RAW had her match, she actually got approached by Coach Campanelli. And she said to Coach, hey, could you do me a huge solid? Could you maybe come out and check out my match, give me some pointers, tell me some stuff that maybe I need to work on? Coach said, yeah, sure. I'll definitely will watch your match. Yeah, we can do that for sure. I'll see you out there. So this match, I gotta say, Randy RAW taking on Glitch the Gamer, this was one of the most polished, well executed, pleasantly surprising one-on-one matchups, not just on this week's WoW, but just when you look at all the episodes that we've gotten this season so far. This was one of the most well put together matches, most well executed matches. Valiant effort by both girls. It came off as the most competitive, quite honestly. And I love the fact that we had Randy RAW at times where she had Glitch the Gamer down and out, rather than go in for the juggler and stay on the offense. She is taking the time out to showboat, do some cheering and all that. And that was just a constant theme, a reoccurring theme where it backfired. And you're looking at these distractions going, man, surely this is how Glitch the Gamer is going to win, because Randy RAW's doing too much showboating here. She just needs to end the damn thing and everything. What the hell? And at one point, there was a scenario where I think Glitch the Gamer had did her finisher, and she was looking to pretty much end the whole thing. But then Coach Campanelli came down, blowing the whistle, getting up on the apron, and Glitch the Gamer gets in her face. Referees trying to break everything up and all that. This was the necessary distraction that Randy RAW needed, as she pretty much was able to get a roll-up on Glitch to pick up the victory, quickly rolling out there. So, on the one hand, you've got Coach Campanelli, and remember from what we've seen these past couple of weeks, there is more to her story, definitely, because you can almost make an argument that there's part of her that has a little bit of envy for Randy RAW, because remember, we got a little piece, just a little taste, what was it, 2 weeks ago, where Coach is telling her, yeah, at one point I was trying to become a cheerleader, but it didn't quite work out so well. It had a unfortunate, terrible ending. Not sure you want to hear about it. And Randy said, no, I do want to hear about it. Go ahead. And they got interrupted because Randy had lost track of time. She had to go do her match and everything. And the way that Coach kind of looked on, it was almost like a light bulb just went out in her head, right? Not on, it went off. I mean, she just kind of came off as if she is just one heartbeat away from having a really bad day mentally, right? Just really weird what was going on there. And then even what we had got tonight in the brief little exchange between the two, in Randy saying, hey, how about you come out, check out my match and everything. Even there, you could kind of pick up the vibe. And I love how the camera continued to linger in on the face of Coach Campanelli, just letting you know there's something going on here with her. Not quite sure if it's jealousy or if she's a bit unhinged or if it's both of those. We definitely need to continue to watch this one right here. So I like that we got the continuation of that playing in the forefront, but we also added some new drama here in the form of now Glitch the Gamer most likely going to get in the face of actually, correction. No, I said that right. Glitch the Gamer. She's probably most likely now going to get into the face of Coach Campanelli for interfering in her business, right? So some interesting developments going on right there. Meanwhile, moving on to our next matchup, it was Jesse Jones, mystery partner, taking on Princess Aussie and Tiki Chamorro. That's a tongue twister. Chamorro. And it turns out the mystery partner for Jesse Jones was the disciplinarian. She, as we know, Jesse Jones, she is trying to do her very best to enter this tag team tournament to win back her wild tag titles. By the way, I can't stress it enough. I really didn't do a good enough job promoting, but if you did not check out last week's Wild Women of Wrestling Reaction Edition post show, you really owe it to yourselves to pick you on back and check it out. I'll include a link in the episode description, maybe via YouTube, put up an annotation at about this mark. But last week, I was fortunate enough to do an interview with Jesse Jones of Women of Wrestling, and it was a great 15-minute conversation. If you guys did not get a chance to check it out, it's available. You can see her and me chatting it up, webcast version. You can access it on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/the RCWR Show. If you just care for the audio version is available. It was included with the Wild recap from last weekend, available on demand and on the downloads wherever you get your podcast. Just search the RCWR Show. Great time chatting it up with her and everything. And so apparently Jesse Jones had decided to present an interesting proposition here to Samantha Smart, saying, okay, look, with your brains and everything and our brawn, we can definitely do this. We can take it all the way to the top. We could win this championship or these championships. Let's go ahead. Let's freaking do this. So the team of Jesse Jones and Disciplinarian, I gotta say, gelled quite well against the veteran there and Princess Aussie. And Tiki did pretty good as well. She held her own pretty good in this matchup as well. Jesse Jones and Disciplinarian going over in this matchup. Oh my God, Princess Aussie. She just continues to amaze me week in and week out. I did love the brief times there that we saw Jesse Jones and Princess Aussie locking arms, going at it there. I mean, those two girls that through and through are definitely diehard wrestlers. At their very core, they are wrestlers. They continue to go out there on the free agency market, doing house show appearances, things of that nature. To just see these two girls briefly going at it. Honestly, I could have watched these girls for almost an entire hour because they just clicked. For me, what I was watching of them on this episode, they just clicked. I was eating it up. I wanted more of it and everything. Jesse Jones picking up the victory, and I thought it was smart that they had Jesse Jones successfully get the victory by putting in that Kimura lock, or the divorce. I think that's the name of her submission finisher. They're calling that bad boy the divorce. Like, what the hell? Like, who's coming up with these names? I'm digging it, though. Hey, as far as originality goes and all that, I'm freaking digging it and everything. But I thought it was a rather smart move that they had Jesse Jones make the young newcomer and Tiki tap out. I thought that was very, very smart, that the right person had lost, especially if you're trying to create the narrative, which went down post-match, where Jesse Jones is grabbing the microphone, demanding to David McClain, hey, yo, I did what I needed to do. I found myself a partner. And remember, we've been seeing Jesse Jones off and on these past couple of weeks now, trying to work out these deals, team up with folks. Remember, the last rodeo, she had teamed up with BK Rhythm. Remember that? She teamed up with BK Rhythm. So we've seen her trying to partner up and everything. And this go round, Jesse Jones telling David McClain, hey, look, I went out, I found a partner. We freaking won our match. We had already submitted in the paperwork. So now we demand that you put us in the tag team eliminator tournament. And David McClain's going, Jesse, I'm sorry, not sorry, but I didn't get no paperwork from you. AJ, did you get some paperwork from Jesse Jones, Samantha Smart, and them? AJ's like, well, I haven't exactly looked through my paperwork yet, so I can't really say for certain. David McClain's going, so AJ didn't get anything. Steve Dickey, did you get something? Dickey's like, I didn't get anything. And Jesse's like, that's a bunch of BS. Like, damn well. And Dave's like, no, I'm telling you, we did not get anything. So Jessie turning her attention to Samantha Smart. Wow, you're supposed to be the smartest woman in the world, and you didn't turn in our paperwork. What the hell? So it would appear that as far as the brief union there that we had going on with Jesse Jones, disciplinarian, and Samantha Smart, safe to say that's no more, as Jesse Jones is, now trying to figure out possibly another angle to try and get in on this tournament. I'm very surprised by now. I don't know if you guys are as well. Sound off and let me know. But I find it very surprising that we've yet to see a updated bracket of who all is where, and the remaining matches to essentially crown a new set of Wild Tag champions. And hopefully, at least on social media, they will have that for fans to be able to check out. And then maybe 2-3 episodes from now, they can somehow slide that into an episode so that we could see an updated bracket and everything. Because most wrestling fans, any sports fan really loves those brackets. They love those sport brackets. They do. Got to capitalize on that, spamming the hell out of it and everything. From there, we get a recap of everything that came about with Beast, Tormenta, also Reina Del Ray getting involved, and everything just setting up the main event match of the night. Beast defending the Wild Women's Championship against Tormenta, Reina Del Ray in a triple threat match. You're looking at the time, and it was funny because once this match finally came on, you're going, okay, there's about maybe 8 minutes left. Are we really going to be able to get through this? Are we, is this really going to be a nice, good, you're going to be able to really sink your teeth into this bad boy, right? Because you're literally saying it's going to go off. So how are we going to end this and everything? And I loved how it opened up, honestly. You had Reina Del Ray taking off her chain, tossing it to the referee, and while Beast and Tormento were somewhat distracted, I guess by Reina tossing her chain to the ref, she sucker punches the hell out of Beast, sucker punches the hell out of Tormenta, is trying to bring the action to Tormenta and everything. Beast recovers, gets on the offense a couple of times there, gets Reina outside the ring, and then is pretty much briefly there on Beast and Tormenta. I gotta say, as long as I have been watching the Beast, it looked a little bit, her footwork in this one looked a little bit sluggish, okay? And this was very interesting because as I was watching this, I'm going, nah, man, like we shouldn't be having Beast do too much, right? She's just doing too much as far as the offense goes. She doesn't really need to be doing all this stuff with her feet. It's the footwork that I was mainly concerned about, because she was looking a little bit, I don't want to say sluggish, maybe choppish. Maybe choppish is a better choice of wording that I can use. And I just felt, nah, man, let Tormenta, let the veteran there in Tormenta, be the one to do most of the pacing, doing the footwork and everything, do a lot of the selling, do a lot of the bumping. That's how you do it. Don't really have Beast be moving around too much and all that. And to my point, and this match was very, very, very freaking brief. I remember basically, I think Beast had got in a spear or at least some type of a shoulder tackle to Reina Del Ray, pretty much taking her outside the ropes yet again. I do remember Tormenta had got up to the top rope. She was able to pull off a nice little spot. He had a couple of spots that went down in there that were pretty nice and all, but there was one spot particular where that I was very concerned with, and I find it interesting because it pretty much had synced up to a report that was put out there by the good people of Fightful, so shout out to them. But the finish to this match, we saw Beast get Tormenta in a pickup, power bomb. Basically, it was going for that trademark Beast bomb of hers, and her leg fucking gave out. This did not look like, oh, it's just part of the show. Her leg literally went fucking backwards and everything. And you're going, ooh, that did not look good. And just to validate, prove my point and everything, I watched this episode twice because the first rodeo where I was watching Wild Women of Wrestling, it was a new site and I was testing it out. And I was like, okay, all right, this is working pretty good. I'm liking this. And then I decided, okay, well, let me come back later, catch the live encore, and I'll watch it again. And okay, if it's good, it's good. I'll definitely stick around, and maybe I'll do a membership with these guys. And so I remember how I ended up watching this episode twice. And that particular spot, you're just going, oh my God, I hope Beast is okay. Like legit, hope she's okay, because to the point. In case you guys were not aware, missed it, and all that, Fightful had reported that Beast was sidelined with a leg injury early in the first set of TV tapings for this new season of WoW. And everything that we have been watching so far has been part of the first wave of tapings. And as a result of that injury that Beast sustained, and we saw it on full display here on this episode. And I'm very surprised that, but how are we supposed to know? I promise you, had I known this ahead of time, gotten access to this episode ahead of time, trust me, I definitely would have asked Jesse Jones, hey, we all had Saul. I definitely would have asked, but I think most likely Jesse would not have given us an answer. Now, had it been David McLean, I'm pretty confident David McLean definitely would have told us something. He definitely would have told us something about the injury to the Beast. I don't think he would have done it in a way where you just have to watch and see. I think he would have confirmed that, yes, Beast, in fact, did get injured. It was very unfortunate. As far as the future goes for the championship, we don't want to really put any spoilers out there. You guys are going to have to continue to watch, but, it is addressed. That much I can tell you, it is addressed. I have a feeling that's probably what David McLean most likely would have said and everything, but apparently due to this injury to the Beast, it caused a lot of creative changes as she was, without a doubt, you all have eyeballs, you all can see, she definitely was supposed to be she is the main focal point for this new season of WoW and everything. And, if you've been watching it, you can definitely tell that, yeah, David McLean and crew definitely got a soft spot for Beast and everything. And other than the most recent tapings that went down with WoW, prior to that, the last time Beast had wrestled, period, was fall of 2019. One source said that the news was unfortunate and thought the reason the tapings were delayed were to give her time to heal. Talent and staff were told that COVID-19 protocol was the real reason, but they were canceled so far in advance that most didn't believe it. So it's going to be, that injury looked very scary. I got to say, it looked very, very eerie, very, very scary. And if you wanted me to give a bold prediction, I have a feeling two things. One, definitely the championship of Beast. Her reign as champion, it is in doubt. The future is definitely in doubt now as far as I'm concerned. And I will go a step further. I have a strong feeling that Beast, her reign as the WoW champion currently, I have a feeling that either two things are going to happen. Either Beast is going to lose that championship in some type of a rematch, be it against Reina Del Ray or Tormenta, or the championship is going to be vacated. But either way, I do believe that there's going to be a new champion crown. Mark my words on that. There will be a new champion crown this new season and everything. So it's going to be very interesting to see how everything plays out in the coming weeks. And I believe, because remember earlier in the summer, like late summer, there was a second wave of WoW tapings that went down. If you all recall, I gave you all a heads up about it and everything. So I have a feeling that with this first wave of TV tapings of WoW that we're watching right now, I have a feeling that's probably going to go up to maybe around episode 10, something along those lines. And I have a feeling that maybe 11 through 20 or whatever, the second half of this new season, that's what was filmed some weeks back. So I feel we're going to see, everything from the Beast's injury, how all that plays out and everything. But look for definitely a new champion to be crowned. Could it be Tormenta? It could be. Could it be Reina Del Ray? It could be. I'm hoping that, I would be okay with one of those girls. I would also definitely be okay with Princess Aussie, with Jesse Jones. Man, if they were to maybe make it be Adriana Gambino, I mean, especially if you did it in a way where it's like some type of an alliance, that would be pretty badass. Or if there was ever a time to resurrect the Exile stable. Oh my God, Malaya Hosoka and everything, to pretty much have her maybe be that main antagonist for a bit. You want to give those girls something to do. David McClain and crew's got some options, but those are just some of the names I'm throwing out there with you that I think that when it's all said and done, out of that circle, somebody within that circle is going to get a hold of that WoW Women's Championship. But I definitely see Beast coming back and regaining it. I don't know if that's going to pan out this season, this current season. I kind of have a feeling, nah. But hey, never say never, right? Stranger, crazier things have happened. So we'll just have to wait and see. But solid episode of Wild Women of Wrestling for this week. One other thing I want to point out to you guys before we get ready to dip out of here, and that's the latest ratings numbers. Yeah, they are out. So I told you guys a couple of weeks ago how I think episode... Whoa. Damn. I told you guys how episode... I don't know where the hell that audio had came from. That was kind of ridiculous there. But I told you guys the ratings numbers a couple of weeks ago. But just to recap and add on some new stuff to the mix and everything. So... WoW, the third and fourth episode, their numbers. Looks like WoW did a 0.4 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic with 251,000 viewers for episode 3, which was sadly down, not by much, but down 33% and 8% respectively from episode 2's 0.6 demo and 273,000 viewers. Now, in regards to the spike for episode 4 had drew a 0.7 demo, so basically up 75%, and they did 334,000 viewers, up 33%. So pretty damn good. Wild Women of Wrestling, they are averaging so far a 0.5 demo and 285,000 viewers in syndication just for the first 4 episodes, basically. So that is fantastic news to hear. And the best part about this is that WoW isn't really doing that much heavy promoting on social media. Just imagine if they were really going heavy on the social media and really going heavy on the media blitz, letting the WoW superstars put over the new season, and just imagine, I mean, that would be even, just imagine if, as far as their social media campaign, marketing and all that, if they were to really be even that much more aggressive, even right down to the point, you go on their website and you're trying to figure out ways that you can watch WoW Women of Wrestling, and they are just being that much, right? I think this is cool because, look, and we need to remember that, this probably isn't really the final snapshot because many people have these shows on their DVRs, right? So you got to factor that type of stuff in because we might not have truly a really good snapshot of the total final numbers just yet, right? But I mean, that's still pretty damn good for a series that's in syndication on weekends. That's actually pretty damn good, right? So they definitely need to be patting themselves on the back for what they've been able to bring in thus far, because this definitely lets you know that there are fans that's out there that are going out of their way to watch this series, and that's great, right? That is great. If you have a really good product, the fans, right, as long as they know it's in existence, they're going to do whatever they need to do by any means to check it out. Which brings me to this final point, which is for those of you that are interested in trying to watch WoW Women of Wrestling, you don't want to wait until WoW uploads to their YouTube channel, because that sadly will take some days. You want to check it out pretty much that weekend that it's going into syndication. The site that I ended up trying out this weekend is called ustvnow.com. Again, ustvnow.com. And the great team that they got over there, they definitely got some people behind the scenes that are big wrestling fans, because they cover the WWE, they cover the AEW, they cover WoW, they cover Impact, they cover it all. And you can see all the next episodes that's coming up. They tell you the time. In some cases, if you pay monthly, it's a monthly fee. It's pretty affordable. It's like you can do a free trial for 1 day, test it out, and then if you like it, then you can move on and do, what is it? I think $199. I think the $199 will basically cover you for, I think, a couple of days or whatever. But then they have, or maybe the month. I think it's for the month. But then they have a $20 tier, and the $20 tier, that'll pretty much give you the ability to not just only watch live TV, but you'll also have DVR access. So you can schedule something, and then later on, right, you're done with work, school, whatever, go back, check it out, access it that way. So it's kind of cool the way that they have it set up and everything. So I recommend, for those of you that want to watch WoW Women of Wrestling a lot sooner, you want to watch the first airing that's available for you, right, that fits your schedule, I would say this is a really good option that you should try out. And ustvnow.com, their whole motto is basically offering great television to U.S. residents and those in the military that live abroad, basically. So definitely keep that site in mind. I've definitely signed up for them and everything. I like them so far. Streaming quality, there was no issues. There was no buffering, nothing like that. No lag, nothing like that going on whatsoever. Really the only enemy that you really need to be concerned about is what's going on with your current internet service provider package, if it's really banging and all that, right? Otherwise, you're going to have to upgrade, obviously, right? So FYI, check that out for you guys. But other than that, that is going to do it for this week's coverage of WoW Women of Wrestling. I love hearing from you guys. You all definitely sound off. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode. Love to hear from you guys. And if it's your first time checking me out, do me a huge favor, especially if you enjoy the content. Subscribe. Smash the like, all that good stuff, so you never miss out on future content that comes your way on a weekly basis. Get at your man on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Use the keywords the RCWR Show. And that is going to do it. Until next go around, I'm wishing all of you all to be safe and most importantly, be kind to one another. Thank you guys so much for checking out this edition of WoW Women of Wrestling Reaction Edition Review Post Show. And looking forward to doing this again for you guys next weekend. I am back. I was on vacation pretty much all of last week, but I am back. So we are doing a regular rotation of shows this whole upcoming week. So definitely check them all out when you guys get a chance. All right, I am out of here. Take care, y'all. Peace.